Hi there. I'm doing this differently today with my tablet. I wanted to make use of all my strawberries that I have harvested. This is the last of the last, and they started getting blue and hairy because I left them out. So these are prepared for snacks for later. Just wanted to show you we still have them. Now I call this a strawberry cream cheese pie for your pie hole. I'm gonna say that a lot. I just have a feeling I'm going to. It's easy. It's a cheesecake. The only sugars that I'm going to add, and I'm not really gonna put a whole bunch, is just a little bit of this Eagle brand milk. I'll probably put about a third cup. So let me give you your ingredients first. Now I took these strawberries from my first harvest, and I just beat them up in the bag to where when I add them to the immersion blender in the bowl right here, you will be able to see it come together. It'll be a lovely pink. Lord, I don't even know when Mother's Day is, but this would be a great Mother's Day pie. You could put rose hips in it or rose water. I wouldn't try that. That's a real old school recipe. So we want to get that all down. Basically, you want to turn it into liquid because this is all the liquid you need to go. And I may or may not need this, but I'll tell you a good little trick about this. It sounds intrusive, but if you put this can, even with the lid on, in a crock pot and fill the crock pot up to where it does not come over that, let this cook in the crock pot on high. Watch your water levels, make sure they don't go over that. And when this turns brown, you've made the best caramel around town. This is what I use in my cheesecakes, and I don't make these for me, I make these for my husband. So let's get started. Get you a graham cracker pie. I'm trying to sound like Cartman, but I have such a bad voice. I got to go back to the lung and throat doctor. There's some stuff going on. Wow, such a rock star. Anyway, get your strawberries, and as you can see, this is a half of a quart bag full. Can't tell you how many, but just put enough in there to where you have a half of that. Probably will be able to see it. I'm kind of new at this. Using oh no, what is on there? Yuck. I'm kind of new at this, so okay. So strawberries, sweetened to taste. If you're full blown healthy and you don't have diabetes, you want the consistency. Don't put, still, even if you can have sugar, don't put no more than half because it'll be too watery and it won't set up. So I'd say that's a good 2 cups strawberries, Eagle brand, your pie crust, 2 of these, the 8-ounce square. I let mine sit out to room temperature. I don't like using my mixer or my food processor. This is just so much easier. It's old school. It's a old Hamilton Beach. Yep. Now let me take a look at something since I've got myself all in a tizzy here. Okay, where are the cups? And why is this thing written inside? This was given to me by my mother-in-law who we lost to COVID. So there's that. That was also hers. I inherited. I already had my fair share of, excuse me. Move, bitch, get out the way, yo. Okay. Little Luda. Because we is in the dirty South. All right, let me get this blender out my ass. Now, what I add And I do it by eyeball, but I would say do a third of a teaspoon, perhaps. I just eyeball it because when you've been cooking since you were old enough to walk, you kind of learn these things. I'll probably, let's see how much is in here. This gives it, it does not give it an almond or a nutty flavor. It almost has a black cherry or a champour liqueur, which is black currant. So it has a overtone of, well, you just get it and smell it and you'll be like, I should have been putting this in all my pies. So what we want to do is, yep, ugh, that's so gross. Okay, put that in here. Yep, don't skimp, get it all. Yep, that one little piece is going to make the pie so much better. So, there's your 2 sticks of the Philadelphia brand. I'm not going to use this just yet. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let's see about breaking this up a little bit. Yeah, because if it's going to happen, it's going to happen while I'm making a video. Oh, snap. Maybe it wasn't ready for this video. But I sure hell am, so let's get on with it. We're about to make it complete. We're just going to go ahead and mix the whole kit and caboodle. We want all that goodness. We had 2 good rounds of strawberries, but now the birds are eating all the cicadas that are flying, and you know, incoming governors. So the birds are not eating my bird seed, but the rest of the berries, it's just about getting too hot. And yes, I do live in a climate where we can grow berries this late, but no later than May. Your first harvest should start in April. Granted, you have to prepare the month or prior to. Oh, and my orchid is still blooming. I usually film there, but I said let's go over here. Change the pace. All right, so this might be annoying for a minute. Bear with me. You can see how these things work. I have actually this piece that's a little flimsy, and I'm gonna be putting the RPM to this thing. I've had it forever, and they last a long time. So what you want to do? Here, let me stand up. Oh, my big old butt. Okay. So here goes. Yeah, it's not going to be pretty for a little while. So don't get totally spun out. And it does take a little bit of elbow grease. Look, there's a whole strawberry not broke up, but now, as you can see, it's turning the lovely Mother's Day pink. And since all my kids are grown with kids, I don't have no Mother's Day. And my mother's not in a good way either. So anyway. I put my finger in the wrong place every time. Okay, here we go. I've only been cooking forever. Okay, here we go. I might have to let you guys just wait a minute. Let me get this going. Okay. There's that. Okay, My hands are clean. I'm going to grab from here. Okay, yeah, that's definitely going to have some sweetened condensed milk. So I'm going to eyeball it. As you see, it's full. I kind of know how much to put. Oh, look at that, a clean pour. And as you can see, I said only do about a third cup because this stuff's really sweet, especially if you're wanting a diabetic pie. Okay, now what I'm starting to notice is I'm making a mess. Let me grab a napkin. What I'm starting to notice is I'm wondering how firm, because that still looks a little loose. So in order to firm that up, let me go get something. I shall return. One more. And we're back. Had a slight. Okay, I'm worried that this won't set up because it's a little loose right now. So I'm going to add a 3.4 ounce thing of cheesecake jello, which will definitely firm this up. So, and I've had this stuff in here forever. It's probably expired, but who gives a shit? When the apocalypse comes, you'll learn to eat a lot of stuff. Anyway, so we're going to take that packet of jello, excuse me, cheesecake, dump it in there, all of it. And I don't recommend licking the blender. If you do, cut it off first. Haha, see what I've done there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of incorporate this in. Because I'm trying to get it to thicken up, and it's looking like what I want it to do. And there's enough liquid from the strawberry that probably made it a little too thin, but woo, I'm about to have to get the jaws of life on this. Alright. Yep, that's pretty much. Okay, I'm having awkwardness and messes. Ugh. Okay. Excuse you. Alright. So as I was saying, it's like grits. So let me go get my hickey-doo, as we say in the South, and I shall return, edit. Okay, so now I'm back, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape down the sides of the bowl to get what was missed, because these immersion blenders, they leave a little bit. You're better off with old school mixers, but I didn't feel like dragging mine out. And since the pie is going in there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape the sides to get all that goodness. Give it a fold. So give me a minute. Let me throw some elbow grease to it. This might make two pies, so I might have some mousse, because this can be eaten without a pie. Now, one more try. That's perfect. That tastes like cream cheese. It actually tastes like the Philadelphia cream cheese little rounds. That's onion and chive, blueberry, strawberry. It's for bagels, but I just added my own. So what we're going to do is, I'm pretty satisfied with having this, you know. We're going to give it one more shot in the immersion blender. Whoopsie. Alright. One more go. I think we are good right there. It's just enough sweetness. It's just enough sweetness to where it tastes like strawberry. It's very natural. I think that if you're watching your calories or if you want something sweet, but not too sweet, this is the recipe to follow. Since I became diabetic, I've had to learn to, and lost my teeth and spine to bone disease, I've had to learn to improvise favorite foods I like. Now, I said I was going to add this, so I'm just going to go one. Ooh, that's more than, and it left me some. So now let me stir this essence in, because that's going to give you next level. It's going to taste more like a wild berry. Not raspberry-ish, but it's going to taste very cherry strawberry. Okay, one little sample. Got my finger, I'm cooking. That's perfect. All right, so now what you want to do, and this may make two. The cups on this was, this actually yielded 7 cups of pie stuff. And I'm probably going to top it with some Cool Whip. This is for my hubby. He's been home all week, so it's been nice. It hasn't been as lonely, but like all good workers, he has to go back. So, and as you can see, I have plenty more, but I got to put a lid on this, so we can't really afford to make it too high. So, there's your diabetic pie hack. One more thing before I go, edit mark. And we're back. Is if you really want to make it pretty, and I just don't have time, and I'm hot and my back's very in a lot of pain today, you can add your Cool Whip if you put less pie, but I'm going to leave my husband, since this is a husband pie, I'm going to have some too. You can just add it when you take out a piece. This needs to sit in the refrigerator for at least a good 4 hours. The more it sits, the more firmer it'll get. Then I'm going to take these beauties and, oh Lord, the bag was open. I'm going to take these beauties. They started rotting. Well, the second batch started growing hair, so I debrided them and put them in the refrigerator for a nice, cool, refreshing snack, because it's only like 100 here today, nowhere else. So yeah, diabetic pie hack, very little sugars. Like I said, I only went, let me see, the amount I used, I can't tell, but it went right. It's right where my white of my nail is. Use that much out of the can. 2 cream cheeses, raw, goosed up strawberries, incorporated. You just watched the video, so why am I repeating myself? But anyway, add Cool Whip, garnish it with berries, and you have sweet Gypsy Rose pie. Now, go make your pie. Tell me how it turned out. My husband had to cut grass today, so he's been out there in the heat, and as you can see, it's damn near 90. Whew, it's always hot here. But anyway, there's all the carnage to make a video just to get here. But to close it out, in true fashion, Strawberry Fields Forever, pie, and Cool Whip. Nice summertime treat. Again, make sure that you cool that. Let it set, because it's going to get real firm. Alright, peace. Thanks for watching. Maybe somebody out there will see this and go, because when I made my cranberry and cream cheesecake at Christmas, I had no sugar and people loved it. So, if you want diabetic hacks, stay tuned to my channel. I do them constantly. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you're new. If not, whoever's watching, have some pie. Come to the house. I'll give you some pie. It's all about the pie. All right. Peace out. I got to go.